You have problems with your neck. It has to do with the atlas correction, atlas vertebra. All of that affects your head and is responsible for many problems in this area and for the rest of your body to boot. I'm Liebscher Bracht, and I'm going to tell you how I see this situation and show you the techniques I use to deal with these problems. To help you understand what the atlas vertebra is, let me briefly explain. Here's your skull, the spine. Here on top of your spine, where your skull rests on, is the atlas vertebra. And apart from accidents, it can shift due to increased tensions in the muscles and fascia, or because you move your head excessively in only one direction. And then the situation here is out of balance, and we want to reverse that using two techniques I'm going to show you. We're going to do three stretches that are important in handling this problem. Ina's going to show you, and I'm going to explain. You sit on a chair in a comfortable position, lean on the backrest, and bend your head backwards and over. Most people have a hard time doing this, especially those who haven't done this very often. At some point, you could feel discomfort, and at that moment, you place your right hand, the fingers that is, carefully on your forehead. You could use both hands. Feel for yourself what works best for you. And now you stay like this, and then bend your head backwards, and it pulls in the back. And even though you're stretching the front part of your neck, but the stretch might also be in the front or on the sides. Whenever you work on your neck, always be careful. But if you follow our rules, moving only slowly, making sure the pain is on this side of bearable, just bearable without your muscles guarding, nothing bad can happen. Just take your time and make sure that you're sitting nice and secure so you don't slide off the chair. And now bend backwards even more, and then you could start giving small impulses. Like this. Hold your head and start pushing up slightly against your fingertips. Push only slightly. And relax again, and bend backwards even more, and increasingly bend backwards over 2.5 minutes. Then you let go. Please let go. And then you very carefully move your head up again. Okay, that's challenging, but that addresses the tightened muscles and fascia that are responsible for a lot of atlas and neck problems. Now, let's work on the opposite side, and it goes like this. Stay seated, your back is straight, tilt your head forward, not your upper body, only your head tilts forward. And then place the fingertips of your hand on the back of your head and pull it downwards. And work your way down for 1.5 minutes, pulling down. Every time you exhale, breathe in and stay. Pull down on your exhale. And after a minute, take off your right hand and reposition your right hand more to the side of your head. And now your arm pulls diagonally downwards a bit and sideways, diagonally that is, and then you'll notice a stretch in the back, in your neck, in the area we talked about a minute ago. Don't turn your head, keep it straight, and only pull it sideways. Deep in there, you could feel the stretch the most, especially when the small muscles I showed you a moment ago, when these muscles are tight. But this is important to understand. The stretch affects the entire neck. The problem is not only a single spot. But if you have an atlas problem, you have problems in the surrounding area as well. This is why we have to open up that surrounding area too, and that's the reason these exercises are perfect to address the problem in its entirety, to dissolve these tensions. Increasingly pull to the left, also for a minute, Now, let's tack on another 30 seconds, pulling your head into this direction with a short but not too forceful pull. Always be careful with your neck. Continue to lean into the stretch. Then push against it. Slowly leave the position. Always loosen up everything afterwards after you do an exercise. And now we're going to do the entire procedure on the opposite side. It starts by placing both hands on the back of your head. Pull your head forward and down. Breathe nice and easy into the exercise. Continue the stretch, keeping your back straight until you feel a pronounced stretch in the back of your neck. 1 minute. Then reposition your right hand, landing on the left side of your head, and now pull your head to the side. Always stop when you breathe in, continue to pull on your exhale, and for the last 30 seconds, as we did before on the other side, push your head in this direction slightly, let go, continue to pull downward to the right. Do that for 30 seconds, and then slowly leave the position. Loosen up a little bit, shake it out. And now I'm going to show you a very special technique, a pressing technique. I'll take our osteopressure tool, but in case you don't have one yet, no problem. Take a wine cork and whittle it into this rounded shape. And now let's do the following. Going right to where the problem sits is not possible on account of muscles and fascia covering the spot. And so we apply as much pressure as possible on this area, pressing everything together here so that the pressure column is transferred into this area next to it. And we go over this area on the right and on the left. And how to do that, I'm going to show you with Ina's help. Ina, have a seat. And bend your head forward. Take the tool, use both hands, and now locate the edge of your skull. Feel with your fingers for the edge. Okay. And this is where you put the point of the tool, using both hands. And now you'll feel a sensitive spot, and that shows you found the right spot. But it shouldn't be too painful, so you don't tense up, clench your fist, or hold your breath. Just as much pain as you could take. Like before with the exercises, same situation. And now you feel that after having applied pressure that's bearable for you, the pain goes down. And you might think, I'm getting used to it. But that's not the full truth. Actually, this is about receptors. They sit on the bones here that help regulate certain muscular tensions. And if those receptors are dialed down and the tensions in these muscles here go down, which is our goal, then the tender spots become less sensitive. Now you do that for each spot for 1.5 minutes, and then we move to the opposite side. Find the edge of our skull, place the tip of the tool below the edge, and then move down a bit. Please continue. I'll show you at home again here. Take the tool or cork, start up here, and identify tender spots going downwards. And the same on the other side. It's going to take you about 10 minutes, and you'll be surprised how well you're going to feel afterwards. And this, in combination with our exercises, it would be very unusual if you don't feel some relief.